Wow, you guys have sent some incredible articles about this Anand Ambani and his push for green energy in India, and honestly, it's pretty inspiring stuff.
Yeah.
So today, we're going to take a deep dive into his vision. We're talking about his specific initiatives, what he's actually trying to do, and really just what his overall vision is for, India's green energy future. So, I mean, right off the bat, Reliance Industries has pledged to achieve net zero carbon emissions by 2035. That's huge, right?
Yeah, that's incredibly ambitious. I mean, to put it in perspective, that's 15 years ahead of India's own national targets. So, that shows real commitment. They want to be leading the change.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that really caught my eye was this green energy giga complex they're planning in Jamnagar. I mean, it sounds massive.
It is. They're talking solar panels, we're talking energy storage, green hydrogen production. They're even talking about fuel cells. It's like they're building a one-stop shop for a green energy revolution.
It's amazing. And speaking of green hydrogen, the article's really focused on Anand Ambani's interest in that. Why green hydrogen specifically? What's the big deal about it?
Well, green hydrogen has this incredible potential, right, to change industries that are really hard to decarbonize. Think like steel, cement production, those industries rely so heavily on fossil fuels. So they're huge contributors to global emissions.
I see. So if they can make green hydrogen cost effective, Reliance could become like a major player, not just in India, but globally.
Exactly, yeah. Imagine a world where steel and cement, which are essential building blocks for, modern society, are produced without emitting those harmful greenhouse gases. I mean, that's the kind of impact green hydrogen could have.
It's huge, yeah. And it's not just about, replacing fossil fuels, right? The articles talk about this whole circular economy thing. What does that even mean? I've heard that term before, but I've never fully understood it.
So basically, it's about closing the loop, like in terms of production and consumption. So, for example, waste from solar panel manufacturing, they could use that to create building materials for the gig complex itself. So it's about minimizing waste, maximizing resource use, and creating a sustainable system overall.
Okay, so it's like nothing is wasted, everything is reused in some way.
Exactly.
I love it. Now, what about, bringing this to the people? I mean, the articles mentioned how Anant Ambani wants to empower local communities, especially in rural areas, through these green energy initiatives. How are they going to do that?
Well, the goal is not just to, make clean energy, but to make sure it reaches those who need it most. So they're talking about installing solar panels in villages, creating microgrids, and training locals to, operate and maintain these systems.
So not just giving them electricity, it's giving them jobs and opportunities.
Precisely. And by empowering those communities to be a part of this green energy revolution, Reliance is making sure that the benefits are spread out,
Yeah.
and that they're sustainable for the long run.
It's so smart. Now, another thing the articles mentioned was public-private partnerships. It seems like Anant Ambani really believes in working with others to make this happen.
Yeah, he's definitely not trying to do this alone. Public-private partnerships are so important for, scaling up new technologies and making them affordable. By working with the government and other organizations, Reliance can use their expertise, share resources, and really streamline, that implementation process.
Right. It's like they could create this blueprint that other developing nations could follow.
Exactly. I mean, if this model works in India, it could really accelerate that global shift to clean energy.
That would be incredible. So, he's clearly thinking about the future, but what about the people of the future, the next generation? What are they doing to get young people involved in all of this?
Well, they're launching these educational programs, they're funding sustainability-focused startups, and they're even running campaigns to raise awareness among young people about the importance of green energy. It's about investing in the workforce and the innovators of tomorrow.
Wow. So it's not just about building the infrastructure, it's about building a mindset, a generation that's passionate about a sustainable future.
Yeah, it's a long-term vision for sure.
It's inspiring, really. I mean, it's clear that Anant Ambani sees this as more than just business. He's trying to reshape India's energy landscape and, inspire a global shift.
Yeah, and the scale of these initiatives, it's impressive, really. But the key now is, execution, impact. We need to see how these ambitious plans actually turn into results over the next few years. It's going to be fascinating to watch.
Definitely something we'll be keeping an eye on. It makes you think, though, right? If Anant Ambani's vision actually works, what could that mean for India's role on the global stage? Could India, powered by green energy, become a leader in the fight against climate change? Setting an example for other countries to follow, it's a really exciting thought. And that's something I think we all need to consider. What could a greener future look like for all of us? It's a big question, but it's one worth asking. So thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and keep those amazing articles coming.